Get on other people's calendars before they get on yours. I'm Nick McLean. This is $1 Million Principles number 6. It's very important because it's something you need to train your agents how to utilize a calendar, but also train yourself on how to utilize a calendar slightly different for time management. One of the biggest mistakes I see with team leaders across North America is they set up a Calendly or some type of calendar with a link, and it seems easy and automated. And they send out this link and allow the other person to dictate their time. Or the person on the other end sends them a link, and then they're at the discretion or the mercy of the other person's calendar. And really, as a team leader, you need to be the one dictating who and when you're meeting with somebody. Number one. Number two, for your agents, most of your agents on your team, they don't even use their calendar. So teaching them and training them how to use the calendar should be a fundamental part of your agent onboarding. It should be a fundamental part of your workflows and also your standards when it comes to lead conversion. For example, if your agent sets an appointment on the phone or accepts an appointment over the phone, you need to train them and hold them accountable to setting the appointment on the calendar and inviting that person to that event. It seems so simple, but it is missed 80% of the time. Go inspect. You'll be shocked. Your agents aren't sending calendar invites to their clients. And so if they're not sending calendar invites to their set appointments, they're not getting emails. And they're also not confirming the appointments. You probably have, 20, 30, 40% no-show rate or reschedule rate. And so you can tighten these things up, and it makes a big difference in your agent's conversion and also their authority and professionalism. So when you set that calendar invite, you also in your procedures need to set a standardized topic or subject line. What should it say? If I have a listing appointment set, I go into the CRM and I set the appointment in the CRM. Does the CRM have the ability to send out an invite to the person's calendar? Yes or no? If not, I need to go into my Gmail and set it up in the Gmail calendar. How do I set it up? What are the buttons I push? Who do I invite? And what do I name that event? Do I also have a procedure at my company where I call the person to confirm that they got that on their calendar? Do I still go to the appointment if they haven't accepted it? Yes, no, or maybe. What do I do when it says no? These things are all important and they have to be discussed. You run a team meeting, let's say next Tuesday, and you have everyone pull out their calendar, open up their laptops, and you run through the calendar. I think you're going to be shocked at who knows how to use it and who doesn't know how to use it. In fact, a lot of them are going to make excuses like, I don't use a calendar, I use this. Or I don't do this, I do that. And that's not okay. It's absolutely not okay. Everyone should be setting appointments in their company calendar. Their calendar with their company email should be shared with the team leader or director of sales. Their director of sales or team leader should be able to quickly and effectively check their calendar and look to see what their week is like. And if you have any agents that are underperforming, guess what? Or they're mids or they're below the line, open up their calendar. Open up the calendar with them. And you can easily see their future. Now, if they're wondering why they haven't got any leads or their performance isn't where they're at, look at their past calendar. Now, if you want to take your top performers to the next level, you then need to work with them on time management. For example, I have an agent that sold 50 homes last year, and she wants to sell more than that this year. Well, she can't really work harder. She really can't. I mean, for the most part, most of our agents need a kick in the butt. They need motivation. They need inspiration. They need a win. But our top performers, they're winning every single day. They're also losing, but they're winning every day, and they're just workhorses. But workhorses, they got to where they're at because they're just dang hard-nosed workers. But to get to the next level, they need to be smarter. They need systems. They need leverage. Also, they need to stop messing up. Top performers, they mess up a ton. but they're okay with it because they rebound like that. So we got to work on with her is we got to work on time blocking, setting expectations with their clients, dictating her calendar over other people's calendars, because you get to a top producer because you're always like, you say yes to everything. But now it's like, let's be proactive. And instead of when can you meet, it's I can meet you today at 2, or would 4 be better? Or I can put you on the calendar tomorrow. And even some of our mids and lower agents having a very specific targeted approach to setting appointments is going to give them the illusion or the authority that they are in demand and they are professionals. See, agents in the mid and lows, they're free. They have a wide open schedule because they're not working with anyone. But people don't want to work with people that aren't busy. They want to work with the busiest person. Now you might think, wow, a client really wants to work with someone that can give them their full attention. Not really. Clients actually want the perceived deal maker, and they want the person really, really busy and productive and hustling and top producers. They want the very best. But they also want the very best to give them their undivided attention. So there's always this art and science of this. So when I train an agent to set appointments, I train them, when is your ideal appointment? Not when are you available, when is the ideal time block for you on Mondays, on Tuesdays, on Wednesdays, on Thursdays, on Fridays, and Saturdays and Sundays. Write them down. What are those 2 time blocks, those appointment blocks that are ideal for you, where your partner, your husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, your support system, your life allows you to have undivided attention at a listing appointment or buyer appointment? What are those? Is that 10 a.m.? That doesn't interfere with meetings and trainings and prospecting? Is it 2 p.m.? It doesn't interfere with meetings, trainings, prospecting, follow-up, or your life? Or is it 5? What is it? If it's 10 and it's 2, then when you ask someone to meet, you're going to say, I can meet you at 10 or I can meet you at 2. Alternative close. Now, if someone asks them to meet at a certain time that's not in the ideal, I train them. So if someone says to them, can you show me this property at 5? I would train my agent to say, yes, I can show you that property at 5. I'm also available today at 2. Can you make that work? So I'm not saying no, but I'm also giving them another solution. And guess what? I am now in control. If they say yes to 2, hey, I can make that work. Then now I'm dictating the relationship. I'm in authority. I'm showing direction, and I save my time. Now, at the end of the day, they might say, no, Nick, I can't make 2 work. I can only make 5. I understand that. I will make 5 work for you today because I want to meet you. I want to show you that property, and I want to serve you at the highest level. Moving forward, ideally for my time blocks, just so you know, I can show you properties at 10 or 2 pretty much any day of the week. Right? So when you get off the phone, you kind of have this establishment that you have a process, a methodology, a business that you run that's based on time. So the core principle is get on other people's calendars. Don't let them get on yours without permission. If you have a Calendly, don't send that out and don't have a Calendly that's just basically like 40 hours a week where people are popping in and out, right? I don't like that at all, and I will move it around. And I have no problem if someone jumps on my calendar saying no to it. They freak out. It's so funny. Why'd you say no? I give them a call. Well, I didn't ask you to go on my calendar, but however, I will find time for you. Now with your agents, that's the key to this video is about getting on with your agents. And they probably don't even have it on their phone. When you have that meeting, have them bring out the phone. Do they have the Google Calendar? Do they actually have that on their phone, the Gmail calendar, or do they have the Apple one, or do they have the Samsung one? What calendar do they have? Is it actually connected to their company email? Have them send you an invite. Let's see them do it. You're going to be shocked. They're going to be like in the meeting, they're going to be like, half the room's going to be like, how do you do this? I don't know. Can someone help me? And then you're going to have a couple tech savvy people who are like, it's easy. What are you doing? Just click these couple buttons. And those are some of the best meetings you'll ever have because people are walking away with another tool that they didn't have before. And you thought they were just equipped with these skills. They aren't. So you're teaching them some fancy new technology, AI, chat, Gemini, workflow automation, CRM, tech wizardry, and they can't even log into their calendar. But you have to focus on these fundamentals is really, really key. I've been running teams for over a decade, 15 years. I help team leaders across North America do this all the time and run an effective team meeting that moves the needle in conversion, that doesn't require you to have to go buy something new. You already have the tools, you have them. If you're using Gmail Suite like me to run your companies, you have all these tools. It's a multi-billion, trillion-dollar company. I think they have tools for you. Now, there's always upgrades and add-ons, but if you can't get your team to implement the basics, you're never going to get them to implement the advancements. Team growth, our number one commitment to you. If you like what we're doing, follow me on Facebook. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. We're Team Growth Brokers. We're Team Growth Everything. We're the invisible broker that allows teams to build upon the layer and grow to any scale. Multiple states. We are the next level, the next era of real estate. Follow me. Reach out to me if you need team building advice.